everybody and welcome to Dynamic GT League's Miles Mug for race 3 from the Alsace village. A quick mention, apologies for not putting a race footage out last week. We didn't have a race, unfortunately. It was postponed to this week. So yeah, quick look at the race 2 standings. SGP leading the way, 2 wins ahead of Dave the Harp, and then it's very, very close all the way down the grid. You can look at that yourselves, because I do want to mention that we've got a new driver joining us today. His name is Almighty Nash, but from here on in, we'll refer to him as Bob. Yeah, simple one to remember that. Right, let's head over to commentators. So here we go then from Alsace village, and it is Sass. We did Google it and to check and find out as we get ready to look at the grid. Joining me in the commentary box is Ray. How are you, Ray?
I'm doing good. How's yourself?
I'm alright, little up and a little down. So SGP pole position once again with Demon R joining him on the front row. In third place we've got Move. Oh no, sorry, it's Dave the Harp. Who's that in fourth? It's Miles. Oh no, sorry, it's Twilight. It's Champion. Who's that there?
That's Jason, and then we've got Hay. And
Hey,
then in
is it
sixth-
Hay? No,
No, that's not.
that's Bob. That's the new driver. That's the new driver, Bob. You can have a quick.
Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong.
Are you watching the right footage? Because I'm now looking at SRI.
SRI, and then Gary.
Yep.
Former Gary.
We didn't get to have a look last week at his new logo, so we'll have a quick look. And there we go, our little baby cat. Oh, well, it might actually be dead. I don't know. No, I'm only joking. Then we've got Jimmy. Who's that, Ray? That one, you know that one?
That's Hay, and then we'll finally get Rich.
That we have. So, a couple of drivers missing. Art Pal, Conrad unable to race today. Also, Steve F1. As he's decided to run away to France for the weekend. But for us, we're going to get ready for a 40-minute race around Alsace. SGP on pole position. Dave the Art was fast in qualified. We're at 4 lights, 5 lights. Out they go, and away they go. Very slow. I was going to say, don't worry, folks, it's not in slow motion. It is just slow off the line. Dave the Harp, I mentioned, was quick. He's been quick in practice, as Dave. He's been rapid, and he's actually making a move on Demon R straight away. Demon R's run wide, dipping a wheel in the dirty bit. So is SRI in the distance, as Dave going to try and go around the outside. And there may be a lot of coughing today.
Yeah, we've been doing naughty things, dirty things.
I was going to say, eating sausages.
Oh, Dave the Harp going a wee bit deep. Is that going to let Demon off through, as I say about cough?
Yeah, it does let Demon R back through. But yeah, I mean, I've got a cough. I'm recovering from having COVID, and Ray's not been sounding too well either. So yeah, if we do cough a lot, bear with us. That's my bear. If you want to be careful though with the bare ass, because.
Okay, as we see, Dave the Harp just losing a wee bit in touch to Demon R, but somebody off in the background there. I didn't see who it was in the pack cam.
I didn't see either. Demon R's getting a little bit sideways. We mentioned in a previous race video about a fine line between sort of getting this car a little bit sideways and still being quick. Demon R perhaps going down that route, nearly dips a wheel wide again. As on the pack cam, SRI has got Formula Gary and Hay right behind him as we go into one of the trickiest corners, the hairpin. Normally, Ray, you would approach this corner really fast and then hit the brakes hard, but we have to brake so early that I think we may see a few people making mistakes into that hairpin.
Yeah, definitely. As we come down to the pack now that the front drivers are a wee bit spread out, as we see SRI and I think it's saying Gary in this battle here.
It is, yeah. Gary's got ahead. Hey, took it in behind. That's on the pack cam now. As we look at SGP crossing the start-finish line. SGP, who surprisingly has ended up pole position, I think, in every race so far, or at least he's won every race so far. We've only had 2 of them. Demon R running wide. You don't want to do that too many times. You can easily end up facing the wrong direction. and you don't want to be going in the wrong direction. You want one direction. They've got a lot more money.
Yeah, that was either Demon R hitting the apex too early, or he hit the apex too fast and drifted out wide, because he did close up on SGP quite a bit, and then just coming out of the corner, Demon R seemed to drift that a little bit further wide.
That he did. I mean, Dave the Arp dipping a wheel as well. I mean, Dave the Arp's right there at the moment. Twilight is got Gary going up the inside. Oh, a bit slidey, bit of contact. Twilight might not like that. Gary's probably giving it what a move.
Yeah, and we see Rich, Hay, and SRI battling as well. This is quite good.
Oh, Rich! Rich is battling something, but it ain't the rest of the drivers. Though actually, I'm not seeing Bob at the moment. For anyone wondering, oh, Gary, careful up there. The high line can work. Got to be careful when you tuck it back in. You also need to make sure you don't dip a wheel. And this is now heading down to the hairpin that we're on about, tricky corner. Oh, Twilight dipping a wheel there. Be careful, because he wants to be on the brakes already. Side by side with SRI. Gary is all out of shape. All out of shape. Nowhere to go sideways. I didn't know where that was going then.
Neither did I.
But yeah, I was going to say, I've not seen Bob for a while. Yeah, we'll get on to him in a bit, I'm sure. The next really tricky corner, Ray, is the one that these guys are heading down to now. The final chicane, downhill braking zone. Always difficult, like Gary's showing there, late on the brakes, slides straight on, headbutts the wall, loses 2 places, may lose more.
Yep. Oh, SRI just clipped the wall, and it's gave Gary a wee push out to the side. Is SRI going to let him?
P.
Yeah, he's just managed.
P.
Yeah, he's just managed to get the power down coming out that corner. It's got to be hard on the brakes. Is it going to? I thought SGP would have come back at him with a switchback.
Dancing flower, the cheering as they go by. It's like, yay! It's like watching F1 in Mexico whenever they see Checo. Oh, SGP up the inside. What a dive bar. I mean, what an overtake to retake the lead. Another back cam. There's chaos. Rich Blues and Gary, I think, got big time sideways. And I'm really struggling to talk. I don't apologise.
Well, Gary's with Hay at the moment. It must SRI. It's not there.
No, Rich isn't either. I think it was Gary and Rich that got together. SRI maybe got collected as well. And there's Bob. Or is that Jimmy? No, that's Jimmy. I think, yeah, that's Bob. They're both in green cars.
One was off track and one was on track. What one was it? Bob was on the track. Jimmy was off the track.
Yeah. Okay, so Jimmy's...
Jimmy's sliding.
Oh, hey, having a quick
so
look.
is Bob.
Yeah, just to clarify as well, we're calling him Bob. That's what apparently he likes to be called, or at least that's what he's getting called. And he's in the green car with... Oh, there's a ghost. That's Hay. Yeah, so Bob's in the green car with the white bonnet, not the stripe. And on the timing tower on the left, his name is Almighty Nash. I'd go with Bob as well, because it does like... It also almost sounds like Almighty Nashed off.
Oh, Twilight was making sure he was on that apex.
Whoa! I think
was that Hay?
It was, yeah. Hay was not ghosted anymore. I mean, interesting.
They wanted to be.
Yeah. Interesting that you mentioned earlier, though, about Demon R, like the different lines into the corner. We've got a couple of different lines here. Well, 3 different lines. 2 were straight, 1 was sideways. And they all... Oh, Bob! No, it's Jimmy! Sideways, but survives.
Yeah, just got a wee bit of the back end of Gary there as they were coming out the corner. And that's what they're going to have to watch. If you're sliding, you've got a car beside you. If you're sliding out towards the other car, when you make contact, that you don't spin them.
Or if you're sideways in front of another car. So, yeah, drivers are going to have to be careful. You mentioned earlier, I was trying to touch on the different reasons. Oh, Gary, big sideways again. And it's no surprise that 2 cars duck up the inside of him there, because that much sideways is not faster. Into the long banked right-hander. I don't know what... well, we were talking before we got into this race. Oh, Gary! Nearly dying there. We don't have corner names for this circuit.
Nah, we'll see who goes off where and who smashes where. As we see
Whoa!
Bob in here. Oof.
I know you're trying to think of a name now for that corner to do with Bob.
The almighty shit.
You've heard of Bob's Burgers, it's Bob's Bend. Demon R once again has caught back up to SGP. A little bit close to the barrier and the wall there, but close to it is good. Jimmy on the pack cam comes in too hard, takes Gary. Gary survives, but it's really compromised Jimmy that has. He definitely got his braking wrong there. I forgot. Yeah, so corner names. We have no corner names for this circuit. It'll be something that we're going to have to work on. Looking at the track map though, Ray, it looks like SGP, Demon R and Dave the Harp have really broken away from the rest of the field at the moment. Jason in 4th place, all on his own ahead of the pack.
Yeah, drivers are front 3 pulled away, and I think Jason's managing to keep it away from the pack. He's in like no man's place or whatever?
No man's land. No man's land.
No man's land.
I know you.
That's what I was going to say, but I thought no, that's not right.
It's in Sweden's land. This could get interesting. SRI on Jimmy with Hay ahead of him to the 90 right-hander. So easy to brake too late for this corner, as Hay may have done a little bit. Actually, he's okay there at the moment. Something must have happened to Bob. I think Bob has dropped off the back, as has Rich Blues. They are 10th and 11th. Hay, so that's what you were on about. Car gets sideways and then you end up spinning them. They've managed to survive and get through, as they're now heading into what I think we should call bankers.
Banker's corner. Banker's corner. Sorry. Is he going to get it slowed down? He should do, because he managed to straighten up.
He has.
And he makes a place on Jimmy as well.
Sorry, on the pack cam, I just seen Demon R's got it majorly wrong at the left-hander. Up the hill, he's hit the barrier. He went wide, hit the barrier. Dave the Harp's on him now. He's going deep again. He's Demon R. He's going to have dirty tyres. Dave the Harp getting past him. No, not yet.
Dave the Harp not getting past him. Sideways again. How many chances is he going to give to Dave the Harp here?
I don't think Dave's going to need any more, because no, he's not taking the position. He's running a bit wide. Manages to survive. He didn't go off, but he has lost the position, so he's in second momentarily. This could get interesting. Or not. Nothing could happen here.
No, they're all behaving. As we can see so far, I've just jinxed it, haven't I?
Oh yeah, that's a flower.
As a nearly 3 wide coming round
the mountain,
some corner.
Well, it's an interesting dip down here. Maybe that's what it should be called, dip down. But yeah, because it's a downhill braking zone while you're also turning in these cars. It's a very easy corner to get wrong. So many are around here. As I mentioned, this 90 degree that we're coming up to, it's one of those where in the race car you can brake so late for it. Is that Bob up the inside? He just manages to hold it on the track with Hay and SRI next to him. And I've had to pop.
Yeah, that was some great driving there from Bob. Did we make contact with Jimmy, but we're going. SRI's trying to find a way past. Who is it? He's trying to find a way past.
It is Gary sideways. Jimmy big time sideways as well. Twilight just ahead of these guys. He'll be hoping that they'll take each other out. SRI having a look through the middle. Breathe in.
Yep, this is where you want to breathe in, and then you're hard on the brakes from kinda just before this.
They're off. Gary's gone deep. I think he's taken Bob with him. Yes, he has. Oh, it's disaster. Oh, Hay's slow as well.
He is slow down.
I wonder if Hay hit the back of one of them then. Yeah, I think...
I thought that.
Was Bob sideways coming out the... is it a hairpin? No, it's not the hairpin. The left-hander up the hill.
Oh, SRI's deep. He may hit the wall. Someone else is even deeper in the background. SRI's managed to survive. Rich is all over him. Oh, somebody hit the wall. It was Bob. Bob hit the barrier on the right.
Oh yeah, that's sticky out bit of wall that if you don't get your line right, you're gonna take his Rich is looking for a switchback on SRI here.
Oh, he is
he going to get it? He's got it's working so far, but then we're going to come up to a left-hander, so Rich is going to be on the outside. Will SRI? Yep, SRI and was that Gary went through?
Yes, it was. It's a shame for our resident Jamaican there. He's not Jamaican, but our resident... Oh, Gary!
Oh, Gary!
Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. You can just hear the meows now, can't you? You know what? Saying meows now is not easy to say.
Meows now?
Yeah. You can hear the meows now. But yeah, so our resident Jamaican, and talking about sort of Jamaicans and that kind of stuff, I got a gig playing the triangle in a reggae band.
Did you?
Yeah, I don't have to do much, just the occasional ting.
Ting. Okay. As you see Jimmy coming in through past Rich as well.
Yeah, that's I
think they've caught up to Twilight a bit.
You know what? I think you're right. I mean, for Twilight, he's in a situation... Oh, Rich, big sideways through bankers. Twilight's in a situation where he's got the pace to pull away, but if he pushes too hard, he may not have the pace.
Hit by Hay. Oh, I don't know what happened to... Was it Gary then?
Oh, Twilight's gone.
Twilight's gone as well.
I don't know if Twilight went deep on his own or if he was collecting.
Oh, SRI.
Oh, Rich Blues.
Rich.
Oh, Twilight managed to. Oh, Rich got a little ting there. Twilight. I think dirty tyres and hot tyres. I mean, that's actually something, you know, I actually would like to talk about at some point. Rich closes the door on Gary, dives up the inside of Twilight. Twilight gets a boost by Gary.
Gary's hit the wall and bounced.
The two green cars in the background were synchronised drifting as well. Gary, that's late. That's very late on the brakes. He's managed to hold it. He's overtaken two cars. Is he going to make it three cars?
I don't know. Then Twilight's getting an overtake on SRI as well.
Oh, okay.
No, Gary's backed out.
Yeah. Did a nice move. Maybe he felt he was too aggressive. Or the downhill braking while turning. I was talking about SRI's gone deep. Rich with a little touch on Twilight. Where's Gary? I think Gary's through. Jimmy's through. Gary is through. What a move.
Yeah. As we see Jason on his lonesome.
Yep.
It'll be lonely in Alsace.
I thought you was going to start giving... It'll be lonely tonight. Oh, hey, wide!
SRI went wide as well.
Absolutely. That they did. Oh, Gary, hold on to that, young man. As Jimmy around the outside. Oh, it's frantic. Yeah, Gary's tyres might be getting a little bit hot. They won't get worn much, but they will get hot, and that's what I was going to want to talk about, Ray. Gary!
Gary!
He's just sent Jimmy into the quad.
Oh, Jimmy! Oh!
I think Gary has waited for Jimmy, to be fair.
I think Rich just seen his life flash past him there.
Either that or it was just a triangle. Oh, Jimmy, that was a bit too fast, bit too late on the brakes. Tag the side of Hay, and around he goes. Oh, Gary! Oh, no. I don't know if he was pitting.
SRI's waiting.
Oh, so SRI's spun Gary there by the looks of things. So we were talking about Twilight. If I think he's got the pace to pull away, but if he pushes too hard, it might not work. I think he's just been. So I don't know if something happened. Oh, bloody hell! Who was that?
Jimmy.
Oh, right, okay. Yes, it was. Yeah, he was way too quick in there. But saying, all right, his tyres would have been hot and dirty from having the previous spin. And this is something that we don't get to see, and the drivers don't get to see. Actually, it's two different lines through turn one. Hey, went in quick, came out slow, and Twilight retakes the place. Oh, it's Jimmy sideways once again. Twilight got much better run out of the corner. Dancing flowers. But yeah, so the tyre temperatures, the drivers don't get to see them. So it's not really something that they'll think about.
Whoa, Jimmy in the background.
Well, Bob in the foreground. Yeah, Bob's had a big crash there. I think big time sideways. So, yeah, we see the drivers taking this car sideways a bit, which is fine. You want to be on that sort of edge of sliding. But if you're sliding like that, it's going to overheat your tyres. Oh.
How did he not collect him there?
That's a good question.
I would never know.
Probably because he had his hands over his eyes, not out the windows, and couldn't grab anyone. Rich Blue's trying to make a move on Twilight.
Smacked the barrier there. Oh, Rich with an ass tap.
Yep. Makes the move on Twilight there. I mean, Twilight might not like it. I think Rich was a bit more sideways than he wanted to be.
Oh,
he was
Twilight's like... That's for the ass tap.
Yeah. You're going to get your ass out. I'm going to smack it. You get into trouble for that. Twilight. You know what? I think Twilight's waited for Rich Blues, actually, which is fair enough. I will try and get my point across that the drivers, there is no indicator about the tyres being too hot. I mean, on the tyre wear indicator that we see, yes, they can have red boxes around them and blue boxes around them. Red if they get really, really hot, and blue if they get really, really cold. But when you just have a bit of a sideways moment or you have a bit of a spin, you don't get to know what your tyre temperatures are like. So you don't know if you have overheated them and if you're going to suffer with grip for a while. And when those temperatures come back in. Now, it is something that drivers may have access to on GT7 when that time comes. But for the moment, we've got Jimmy and Bob battling for fifth down into turn one, both of which have been sideways a lot in this race, as has Gary right behind them. As Twilight into the pits. Don't need to pit though, Ray.
Yeah, I think he was just getting fresh tyres after. I think he's had a couple of incidents and he just felt, right, I want to get fresh tyres, get a wee bit away from the guys, let them keep battling. He will catch up. As we see SRI try to make a move on Bob, and is it Bob or is it Jimmy?
I think it was Bob, because Jimmy was a bit further ahead and was sideways, and now Ray SRI and Bob are catching him as Hay and Gary get side by side. Rich has a look at up the middle. Are they all going to get through the 90 right? Yes, they are. Oh, SRI with a big tank slapper there.
Yeah, it looked like Gary went for a switchback on here. It's not really paid off yet, as we see Jimmy going deep. Oh, Gary coming in. We tag on SRI. These two, Bob and Jimmy, have been having a great race together because we've always seen the two green cars side by side with each other.
Absolutely. I mean, it's nothing like making it difficult for us, is it? I mean, just to make it even worse, the back of two of the cars are white as well. Look, so we've got two cars that are almost green identical, two cars that are almost white identical.
Gary! Oh, I thought he was going to, that way the car kicks to one side and it takes a while to for you to get it turned the other way. I thought he was going to go left at the hairpin as Jimmy. Bob. Don't know.
It's Jimmy. Yeah, that'll compromise it big time. There's. I think Bob's had a moment as well. Maybe Bob was waiting for Jimmy. Maybe Bob had contact with Jimmy as they're all sort of heading into the final few corners now. Obviously, we've not looked at the leaders for a while. SRI, there's a wall. Just about survives. Yeah, so we're not seeing the leaders for a while. They would appear to be a bit spread out, so the pack cam's covering that if you want to watch it. Gary's gone
No,
deep
it's
at
not.
one. Oh, it was. It's not anymore. Bloody timing of that, eh?
Oh!
Gary, do you want the
Yeah.
pits?
Oh, don't know if that was just Gary getting sideways or coming out the corner and going across Hay, or Hay just accidentally getting the back end of Gary.
Well, I think Gary may have got a bit sideways and not a lot Hay could have done, but Hay has waited for him by the looks of it. You mentioned about Twilight, he'll be able to catch up with the boost. He will. He already has caught up to the back of the pack, although the pack has been split into two now. We've got these these four, and then another 3 or 4, three a little bit further back, as SRI and Bob go wheel to wheel with Rich Blues through a nice little kink here.
Yep, they're going to get hard on the brakes as SRI, is it?
No, that's not how you do it.
Rich is waiting.
No, I think Rich had a... Oh, maybe he is waiting. Maybe Rich did hit the back of SRI there. So that's going to allow those 3 that were further back. Oh, someone's still... I think SRI is still... No, it's somebody else is right at the back now. Okay, so we've got here Gary. SRI behind us. Yeah, Rich must have waited for SRI.
Twilight?
It could be. It could be. I don't know whether he came around the corner and sort of found a gaggle of cars doing a bit of dogging down at the corner or something. Was on the pack cam. Looks like we're going for a lap on board with Demon R. And you can see how close he is to the back of SGP as Gary gets a little bit sideways and SRI catching him up over the hill.
Yep, over the wee crest of the hill. And you've got to be...
He's not stopping that, is he? I didn't think Gary was going to make it. Jimmy ahead didn't. He ended up in the barrier.
Yeah, it's like you get over the crest of the hill and then you're back on the brakes, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
To make it for that last kind of chicane as we're back at the leaders.
Oh, that we are. So SGP still leading the way. Lap times looking fairly consistent. Same with Demon R. And Dave. I mean, Dave the Arp's pace has been phenomenal here. It's just unfortunate that SGP and Demon R seem to be to have brought their... Oh, SRI, that's the wrong way. You've noticed the flowers aren't dancing for that one. Oh, actually, yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Look. Whee!
I don't know if they're dancing or shitting themselves.
Yeah, they're ducking out the way.
Yeah, that was a big smash for SRI.
Ah, that it was. Okay, Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy!
Oh. He's had plenty of experience of holding on for dear life around that corner. Gary's gone in a bit hot. Yeah,
so is Bob.
I think Bob may have...
Oh, Bob!
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
I don't think there was anything Gary could... Was it Gary or Hay?
That one was Hay.
Yeah, I don't think Hay could have done anything there.
Absolutely. Okay, so what have we got then? Rich Blues is now back up to 7th place with Twilight behind him. Jimmy very sideways into Bankers. Always got a bit messy on the exit of it as well. Hay's closed up, and looking at the pack cam, Ray, looks like Demon R's closed in on the back of SGP as Hay is really all over the back of Jimmy.
Yeah, just a wee bit of contact there, but all's a good tune. As I don't know, it looked Rich getting sideways. It's quite hard, isn't it, with trying to keep the speed up and the turning of these cars, because the back end just likes to come out at you, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Question. Oh, Jimmy! Jimmy just had a big sideways moment on the brakes down the hill. That's another issue that drivers will have. Bob, I don't know if we'll get that stopped. Not quite. He struggled a bit. He's backed out of it. Let Twilight carry on and keep the position.
He's hit the wall.
Yep, headbutt to the wall. Looks like we're now... Oh, okay, so we're going on board for a lap with Bob. So that'll be interesting to see then, to see the difference between Bob and Demon R when we had the lap on board with Demon R.
He's a wheel user, isn't he?
I think so.
Yeah, it doesn't look... Yeah, it looks a wee bit smooth.
Yeah, I'd say it is. And it looks as well like Demon R has closed up to the back of SGP once again as they're heading into Bankers. Rich Blues has had he's been off just ahead of Twilight's. The Twilight's through. Bob trying to close up now. Demon R really has closed in on the back of SGP, hasn't he?
Yeah. It's going to see, is he going to go for a move?
Well,
Get,
breathe
11.5 minutes. Oh, I was just watching that in the back cam.
So was I. It looks like the main screen's going to it as well, but we'll stick on board with Bob. It'd be interesting to see as he's trying to make a couple of moves. One around Rich. Hey, coming in sideways, a little bit of a touch. That'll be all right, though. They'll survive. Twilight's managed to get... So, Twilight, after pitting and spinning, has managed to get himself back up to 6th. Or was Hay going to... Bob trying to go around the outside of Rich. Hay gives Rich a boost, but it won't be enough.
No. And as we come through this kink and then hard on the brakes, well, you're hard on the brakes before Hay. I thought he was going to hit the barrier there, but managed to keep it out. As Rich is going for a move on Bob.
Oh, are they going to make it? Oh, lovely bit of driving from the pair of them there. I mean, Rich clearly got it slowed down enough and was able to leave enough space. Jimmy got Twilight behind him. Twilight's absolutely flying. Can he get it slowed down? And can he not get hit from behind us? He's got... it doesn't matter if Twilight looks forwards or backwards. He's just seeing green. Jimmy nearly in the barrier.
Oh, he did hit the barrier.
That he did. Oh. Tell you what, my throat's taking an absolute pounding doing this commentary.
Yeah, that means it's a sick.
Jimmy went wide. Twilight with a lovely overtake there. Question is, can Twilight now just keep calm, not get hit, and pull away? He's capable of doing that. Whether he will do it or not, we'll find out. I mean, one of the risks is that he could get collected by the cars behind us on the pack cam. There was just a car length space between Twilight and Jimmy for Bob to slide through there. But yeah, it's fascinating stuff we're seeing in the pack cam so far. Sorry, in the pack so far. On the pack cam, we're looking at it.
Just looking backwards.
Yep. No, nothing wrong with looking at Mirror Raymond. Well, It depends on what you're wearing.
Somebody we've not seen for a while.
Who's that then?
That's alright.
Oh, that is a good point. Jimmy. Oh, hey. That is a very good point. I hadn't noticed. And looking at it, right, up in the top left corner, it does say out of position 9 out of 10. There were 11 cars in this race. Well, that must mean only one thing. SRI is no longer circulating the circuit.
Has he rage quit again, the little shit?
He might have done. We'll have to find out. Who's the head big time sideways through the hairpin, but it powers through it.
Down. Yeah.
Perfectly done. I mean, if you're going to get sideways in a corner, but yeah, power through it, mate. The only thing is, his rear tyres are now going to be hot, and his car's not going to want to stop down here, so he's going to have to be careful. I predict he's going to end up in the barrier.
Oh, he's nice.
Oh,
not too bad.
Aye, he's done well, because what he's done...
Jimmy!
Oh, bye, Jimmy. Like I say, what he'd done, he let Jimmy brake late, and yeah, Jimmy's absolutely bottled himself. Actually, Hay's waiting. Oh, maybe Hay put him into the wall on the exit of the, sort of into that final bit.
Yeah, and we see Twilight up in 5th place, and he's got a little bit of a gap at the minute.
Yeah, that's exactly what he needs as well. Just a little bit of a gap to focus on going forwards, not backwards. In comes Bob. That's fast. That's hot. He's survived. I thought Twilight was going to get his rear end tapped a bit there. But yeah, it's one of those things. If Twilight focuses too much on what's happening behind him, it could slow him down. It's not easy, but just try and focus forward because he's got the pace. Break the gap. He's got the pace. Demon R all over SGP once again. And I tell you what, Dave the Harp is still right there, Ray. Well, he's right there.
Yeah, he's not really let these two drive off into the distance. There is a bit of a gap, but
Yeah.
if anything happens between these two, he's going to be catching them pretty quick. As we see SGP going very tight.
Yeah, I wondered if he got a little bit late on the brakes there and kind of had to straighten it off. Oh, Demon R tagged the wall! Oh, a big sideways moment. He was closing in, and now he's going to have to do all that all over again, all that hard work.
As we come down to the manic corner, ooh.
Yep.
Twilight and backside must be clenching every time he gets near a corner and Bob's behind him.
Rich maybe going in there a bit too quick. Yeah, too tight a line. That's compromised his exit as Bob and... Jimmy and Hay both got past him. Twilight's definitely concerned about what's happening behind him. You can see his car sliding about a bit as he's focusing on trying to be as fast as he can be. I wouldn't worry about it, Twilight. Just focus on your lines. You'll be okay, young man. Young man.
Yeah, your driving lines.
Yes,
Make that clear.
Yes. Yeah, if you face first in a bag of powder, then it don't matter what anybody else is doing. Your arse will be twitching.
Yeah, I thought Jimmy was going for a nice switchback on Hay, but we see them do that switchback, and then you've got this left hand on. You're kind of hung out to dry and outside.
Well, it's an interesting corner, this left hand.
See? Is he going to get it stopped?
Oh, unlucky. Yeah, I don't think there was much he could do in returning there. I mean, he's backed out now to let Hay through, which is fair enough. But yeah, I mean, once he was out wide on the grass, wasn't a lot he could do. But yeah, I mean, some of these corners, I mean, it's not just that. In this car, doing a switchback doesn't always work because it doesn't like the tight line on the exit of a corner because it's not very quick at accelerating. So sometimes it'll work, but if a car gets too sideways on the exit, the switchback will work. It's such, I mean, drivers may have to think about not what corner is right in front of them, but what corner is ahead of them in 2 or 3 corners time.
Yeah, it's Rich and I think that was Bob have a wee touch together.
Yep.
And somebody in the wall there. Is that Bob or is that Jimmy?
I think that was Bob. Demon R.
Demon R back up on the back of SGP.
Yeah, that he is. I'm looking at the lap times there. Every lap in the 2:12s. I mean, Dave the Arp's still there. I mean, he's dropped back a little bit, but he's still in the fight. And if these two battle, as we've said before in DGT League, when 2 cars battle, they go slower. And that's Dave the Arp could really do with these two battling. But I don't know if you've noticed, Ray, all of a sudden, we've only got 4 minutes, 7 seconds of this race left.
Yeah. As soon as you said that, I looked at the clock.
So not long to go then. It's been absolutely frantic so far. Demon R trying to close in on SG. Oh, Pat Cam. A bit chaotic. Twilight still holding on to that 5th place at the moment. He's still got a bit of a gap. He could just do with a little bit more, I think, to really be safe.
Yeah, especially if somebody. Oh, yeah. Just that was it Constantina effect?
Yeah.
See, when they all bunch up, you don't know are they going to touch or is there enough room?
Well, that's the thing as well. I mean, for Twilight, he'll see those cars getting closer, and he will be wondering, "Am I going to get hit?" And that's when he won't be focusing on his corner exits. Demon R's closing in again on SG.
He's getting hit.
Oh, yeah, he is that time. That's put him right into the thick of things where he didn't really want to be. Interestingly, with Demon R and SGP, it looks like the drivers are faster in different parts of the track, so the gap between them is sort of getting smaller, bigger, smaller, bigger. But yeah, the pressure is definitely being pushed onto SGP as Jimmy goes wide.
Jimmy's went wide enough. We never see Twilight behind Gary. Is that Gary or is that he? Somebody with a wee ass.
Oh, Hayes, big time sideways. And I think he may have been touched a bit by Bob there. Point on the picture where he touched you. Demon R's into the barrier on the inside this time. So he's gone from being right up SGP's bumper to now he's not. That'll put Dave the Arp a little bit closer to Demon R. Dave the Arp's lap times have been you know what? David Harp's lap times have been phenomenal.
Yeah, 2:12, the same kind as Demon R, so it's maybe just that tenth or two that he's losing and gaining, so he's kind of staying there somewhere.
Absolutely. Okay, we've got just less than 2 minutes to go. Which, Ray? You know what?
Who's that? Where's he came from?
I don't. Hopefully, he's got his name on the side of his car. Right. I'm looking at the pack.
Oh, Gary.
I think the pack is about to cross the line to start their final lap of the race. With 1 minute 30 to go and we're at 2 minute 12 a lap. Yeah, the pack cam has started their final lap of the race. Okay.
Yeah, and they've got Hay leading the pack at the minute.
That they have. So Hay in 5th place. Dave the Hart, I think Dave may have had a bit of an issue somewhere. He's just dropped back a little bit further. Demon R still trying to close that gap back into SGP. Kind of trying to watch both of these battles here and sliding through bankers. But on the pack cam, that's where the action has been throughout the whole of this race. There's movement in the corners.
Jimmy getting ahead of Gary there.
Alright, so looking back from Hay, I mean, can Hay do what Twilight was doing for so long and hang on?
Oh, Jimmy on the grass.
That he is. Okay, I'm just going to change my focus to the main screen at the moment. Demon R really close to the back of SGP. Is this going to be their final lap of the race? Is this the run to the finish line as they go over the crest of the hill, past the Alsace bridge, the blow-up bridge? There's not a bridge, and the other one. Hard on the brakes. There's 15 seconds to go. Are they going to make it for another lap? Is this the final lap through the final corner? And they are going to get another lap. I think they're going to get another lap. Yes, they are. It's Dave the Harp.
It's getting frantic in the pack there.
Okay, right. Dave the Harp did manage to cross the line, so he's got the extra lap as well. That means we should really focus our attention to that pack cam. Because they're into the final few corners.
I think that was Bob, a wee bit wide in the corner. We're not changing over to...
No,
Like, come on, we can see all this. Here comes Jason.
Yep.
It's going to get frantic in that pack cam.
Hayes in 5th, Gary's right in the thick of things. We could do, we're going and have a looking at it. Can Hay hold on? Oh, Jimmy, he's gone deep. That's going to put Gary through. Go on.
He's came back. Jimmy has, even though he went deep.
He's got
Jason 4th. Hey, former Gary, Jimmy, and Rich Blues.
Yeah.
Twilight. Where's Twilight?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. Right, okay, so we'll focus on this for the moment. So the leaders then, SGP. He's got half a lap to do, so through bankers for the final time. And if you want to know why I've called it bankers, it is because it's a banked corner. And SGP, holding on. Demon R's really closing in quick. He's in the slipstream. He's pushing it. He's got to go for it now, because he's only got 4 corners to go, I think, into the hairpin. Not really.
He's going to try and get a tighter switch round, but then the car doesn't like that, does it? He's going to
go over the inside here. No, he's not. Maybe it was open SGP would cover the inside.
He's got his last couple of chances coming up.
Dive bomb down the hill, do you reckon?
Oh, I don't think he's close enough.
I don't think he is either. He's not really close enough unless he wants to go deep into this corner to chuck it up the inside into the left. And no, he can't. SGP is too far ahead, but it's still close. But across the line, SGP will go, taking the victory. Demon R 2nd place. Dave the Harp did close the gap. 3rd place for Dave. And yeah, what a race we've had there.
Yeah, that was some frantic stuff, and that pack, that just amazes me each time.
Yeah, it was really, really good. Now, I did say to Ray before we started the commentary that if we're trying, I think we did waffle on a bit too long last time we did a race video, but that's because we do like to talk. So I'm going to keep it nice and short and sweet this week, Ray. Well done to SGP. personally, well done to Dave the Arp. Once again, it's unfortunate that SGP's turned up, but I want to just give a quick shout out to Bob. Bob. I think Bob, for his first race, has done really well. He knew some of the drivers, didn't know others, but he seems to have got on well with the guys, and he was doing the right things. When he made mistakes, he was doing the right things after them.
He had a good race, and it looked fun out there.
Well, yeah, it was exciting. Let's put it. And, I mean, it always is exciting in DGT League, and it's almost as exciting as sex. But sex is more like a card game. If you don't have a good partner, you better have a good hand.
Okay.
You know you used that one. You know you will.
Sorry?
I said you know you used that one.
Nah. But yeah, some great racing. Well done to SGP, keeping composed under the pressure of Demon R.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the next track?
What's the next track? That's actually a good.
That's a good question, isn't it? I do believe.
Wait a second, and I'll tell you.
Autodromo, Lago, Maggiore, either east, west, north, south, 1 or 2. And I'm gonna have to blow my nose.
What race are we on?
It'll be race 4.
That's wrong. Yeah, Magyar East 2.
Yes.
And
wait.
it's is 11:30 in the morning.
Is it? I thought it was about 9:10.
No, the Alsace was at 9 o'clock.
Sorry.
Oh, that you funny fucker.
The current time is 11 minutes past 9. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's an interesting track. That very different to this one. That some drivers seem to like it more. And I was going to finish up on 2 things. Did you know, Ray, that chicken tikka masala is a Scottish invention?
I've heard about it, but I've not really looked into it.
Yeah. Chicken tandoori was something that was known. And I think it was like 1966 or 1964, something like that. It was in the 60s. Up in Scotland, there was a restaurant that had tandoori chicken. And somebody asked if they could have gravy with the tandoori chicken. And the chef was like, yeah, I'll see what I can do.
Quite a spread.
Sorry, I just had some unusual audio there. It was me putting the F1 on. So the chef was like, well, I don't really know what to do. So he got some like chopped tomatoes, and made a sort of like a tomato-y sauce. Took some herbs and spices in there, and came up with the chicken tikka masala. I thought it was quite fascinating. And my last thing...
How did they get the name Masala?
I've no idea. Maybe they overheard a Scottish guy asking for some salad. You got me a salad?
Done a kebab with some salad.
Well, I did hear the other day.
You forgot my salad. Just quick.
I did hear the other day that in Scotland, the only time the Scottish people have salad for breakfast is when they let chips go cold the night before and have them in the morning.
That's not salad.
Potato salad.
But potatoes, not chips.
Well, I didn't say chips. Well, yeah. Chips are potatoes. Yeah, so you have a portion of chips the night before, you let them go cold, and then in the morning you have your salad, potatoes. But okay, my last line of tidbit here. The loudest word ever shouted is really quiet.
Why is this word ever really
Shouted
quiet?
is really quiet.
I don't get it.
I'll let you Google that one. But I'll tell you. In a competition to find out who could shout the loudest word, a woman won the competition shouting quiet at 127 decibels, I think it was, and held the record for shouting the loudest word for 20 years, and that word was quiet.
She must have been telling some kids to shut the fuck up.
Well, she was a school teacher, so she had plenty of practice.
Yeah.
But yeah. Right, okay, go on.
Yeah. Before any other jokes or facts come in, well done to drivers. Great racing. Some tricky moments in there, but as always, they put on. Even though it's not supposed to be a show, they put on a great show and have a great race.
Absolutely. Right, Ray, thank you for joining us on commentary.
No worries. Hopefully throat's better for next week.
Hopefully, because it was a tough one today. Right, thanks everybody. We'll check out the confirmed race results and the championship standings. SGP then taking his third victory out of 3. Demon R second place, Dave the Harp in third, Jason in fourth, Hay in fifth with I think possibly his best ever result in DGT League. Well done to him. Formula Gary in sixth, Jimmy in seventh, Rich Blues in eighth, ninth is Bob, in 10th is Twilight, and unfortunately SRI did get that DNF. Obviously, we mentioned at the very start we did have a few drivers missing from today's race, which is a bit of a shame, but sometimes life gets in the way. We've said that a few times. We do still have one seat available though. If anybody's interested, feel free to drop us a message on the Dynamic GT League Facebook page and we'll take you through the process of getting involved. Although it's a bit like when you meet a new girl, if your mates don't like her, you're not getting in. So yeah, it depends on how everybody gets on with you, I suppose. Okay, confirmation of the race, well not the race, the season standings. SGP then 3 out of 3, 60 points for him. Dave the Harp second place, 47 points, 13 off the lead. Demon R now 2 points behind Dave the Harp, with Jason in 4th place on 31. Hay may have a bit of a nosebleed, up in 5th place in the standings, highest he's ever been. So yeah, well done, 28 points. Steve F1, Hayes beating you. So you enjoy France, mate. So 6th place, 26 points for Steve. Jimmy's in 7th on 25 points, and then we've got Twilight in 8th on 24, Formula Gary in 9th on 23, and then Art Powell drops down to 10th with him not being able to race the last couple of weeks, 20 points for him. Rich Blues in 11th on 18, and then we've got SRI and Conrad, both in 12th place on 15 points. 14th place is Almighty Arsh, as we mentioned earlier on, is Bob, 8 points for him. Bunsell has now got a house, or at least it's in the pipelines, so hopefully we'll see him back on track very, very soon. And as I mentioned, we've got 1 seat left available. Okay, the next race, as we mentioned earlier on, is from Lake Maggiore, one of the circuits there. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, is anybody going to put SGP, sort of knock him off the podium? I think it's about time Dave the Arp did, to be honest. If not, Dave, don't worry, I'll see if I can help you out. Right, thanks for watching, listening. You know what to do, like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family. Yeah, just don't tell them the jokes, because they will hate you forever for that. Trust me, I know. Right, have a good one, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all again soon.